guys, how's it going? Shay here from That Student Life Australia, and in today's video I'm going to give you the tried and tested method, the tried and tested formula to doing really well in Paper 2 HSC English. Let's go! Just before I start guys, if you haven't seen my video on HSC Tips for Discovery Paper 1, check it out, the link will be in the description. Another thing before I start, a few of the things I may say in this video could possibly contradict the things that your English teacher has told you. Don't worry about that, we're the ones who have to sit the test. Everything I will say in this video worked really well for me, worked really well for Nick, and at a school that I went to with 500 kids in Year 12, it worked really well for everybody from that school who I know did really well across the state in HSC English. Okay, so step 1 for doing well in Paper 2 HSC English is to pay attention in class. Sounds very simple, but it's really important. The first time you get a look at your text for mod A, B and C, whether it's a movie, a poem, a story, whatever, is very crucial. Your teacher will often have done this text multiple times year after year after year, so they're pretty good at it. If you can in class absorb as much information from your teacher or another teacher as you can in regards to thesis statements, analytical techniques and character analysis, it will go a long way to doing well on exam day. Okay, step 2. Find a very broad essay question for each of your modules and address it. Prepare an essay for a very broad question. Simple as that. 800 to 1,000 words is probably recommended to do well in the actual exam. Okay, so you've had a go at preparing an essay for a broad question for each module. Now comes step 3. Take that response, give it to your teacher or another teacher, get it marked. Once you get it marked, take it back and redo it, or refurbish it, fix it up a little bit, whatever, hand it in again. And keep repeating that process of fixing up and handing in for marking until you are happy with the mark that you get back. So step 4. In the weeks coming up to the exam, you're going to want to alternate between 2 types of study. That is, for each module, memorizing the response that you've already made to that broad question, which should, probably 90% most likely, fit the question or at least be adaptable to the question you'll face in the exam. And also, apart from memorizing that, you're going to want to make a backup set of notes. Now, a backup set of notes is just, quite simply, a backup set of notes. It includes some character analysis, some extra quotes, some other thesis statements which aren't the ones that you used in your broad essay, some other analytical techniques, written techniques on the 3 modules that you did on those texts. They're just, the things that you could employ if that essay that you've already prepared and memorized doesn't quite work out well for you on exam day. When alternating between memorizing your broad essay and learning your backup notes, techniques, and character analysis and quotes, you're going to want to aim to have memorized both of those, in particular the broad essay, by the time the exam day rolls around. Okay, so step 5 for doing well speaks in particular to exam technique. Once you get into the exam, you'll have 2 hours, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, and 40 minutes to write 3 essays. So, go onto the front page of your exam paper and write out the times which correspond to those 40-minute sections. When you go through your paper and answer the questions, don't spend any longer than 40 minutes per section unless you've got extra time from the question before, which you may have finished earlier than 40 minutes. As one of my friends told me this year, don't rob Peter to pay Paul. I mean, if the 40 minutes goes up and you're only 4/5 through one exam, start the next one, don't worry about it. If you have extra time, come back to it. Don't ruin the whole exam just to be perfect or really good on one little part. Alright guys, so I'm just going to say this again. When you memorize an essay, don't just write exactly those words if the question doesn't suit it. Remember, the point of the broad essay and memorizing it was so that you could quickly adapt to the question on the day. Always answer the question and always be specific. Okay, so remember, perfect study for me would be memorizing a good broad essay and memorizing backup notes, which are quotes, techniques and character analysis, backup thesis statements. If you do those things, you should be well prepared for doing well in HSC English. Good luck guys, enjoy.